Okay.
Hello, Mr. Ed.
Good time, Charlie.
Today is March
The 12th.
2025, and we are in the beginning, but we're in the thick of it. Of what, Charlie?
Of the swarm season.
Of swarm season. And today we got a pretty, I think, an interesting video that we're going to be making this morning. So,
oh, it's going to be exciting.
tell them what it is, Charlie.
Well, this morning,
That's cool too. It was 46 this morning.
46 degrees. No, this morning, this is going to be an interesting video. Mr. Ed wanted to do a swarm catch video. So in the past few weeks, what we've been doing is we put our swarm traps out, and we have some swarms.
Yeah, we do.
Take a look at what we got back. We've got 3 swarm traps back here in the back of my car.
And then I got 3 in the van.
And then there's 3 in the van. So it's going to get real exciting when we get these bees out of these traps and put them into their new homes.
So that's basically what we're going to be doing. Is we're going to transfer the swarms that we've already caught into the boxes. However, on top of all that,
oh boy,
we got the long hive, the one that Charlie built for me back Christmas 2 years ago. It's here at the Abbey now, and we are going to transfer one of those swarms from the trap into the long hive and show you that whole process.
We're going to make an attempt at that to see how that works out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting,
because almost all of the traps are these long body traps. I can feel the heat.
Yeah,
out of that right
they're
there.
warm. That's full trap.
So generally, when you have these long traps, if you leave them out there long enough, they start building comb underneath it. So it's almost like you have to do a removal.
Yeah, and normally you leave them in there for like 2 to 3 days, and there's no problem. You can pull them out with the frames. But being that we've had other things to do, we've been real busy. These traps stayed out a little bit longer than I wanted, so I know a couple of these traps are going to have to do a removal, a cutout.
And not only are we going to show the removal or transfer of the comb, but afterwards we're going to go back out to the beehive house and set traps out there again. Because that's the whole deal. We need to empty these boxes and rebait them so that I can catch more swarms in the rooster.
Like we need more bees.
By the grace of God.
I hope all this works out.
Me too.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Look at here. We've got 3 swarm traps in the back of my automobile that I drove all the way from Slidell to Covington with these bees in the car.
Charlie, there ain't no way those bees are going to get out.
And look at that. Well, there's always a possibility, but they're trying to get out right now, but we're going to do it for them.
And then, Charlie, not only have we got those bees right there.
Yeah. Oh, we have our work cut out for us. Look at here.
It's going to be quite the morning.
It's going to be exciting.
I'm putting my suit on, Charlie.
I think I'm going to put my suit on too.
Now, before we begin, and we're going to start right here, loading up the long hive, I wanted to talk about the long hive. Long hives, in my opinion, are just the ideal beehive for old beekeepers like myself and Charlie. They're just set up beautifully. Look, I mean, the height of them, you're not bending over. You don't have to deal with a box of 10 or 8 frames, deep, mediums. It's just single frames. And they work, you can work just on a single slot of the hive. You don't have to open up the whole hive. They're basically just a wonderful hive, and you can make it however you want. You can make them insulated, you can make them not insulated, you can make them with nice fancy tops, you can make them with flat tops. It's just the design is just limitless on how you can do it. But the efficiency of these hives are just tremendous. So this is the one that Charlie built for me and Mona 2 years ago, and I lost the bees in it, and so this year we're finally going to get bees back in it. So let's go ahead and start removing the comb and frame from these boxes and transferring it.
And how many frames are going to put in that?
We're going to start out with 10. We're going to just start with 10, and then we'll grow after that. That's the other thing about the long hive. As the hive grows, your follow board, you just put the follow board at the end of the frame where the frames end, and as you add frames, you just push the board back, and that's how your hive gets bigger and bigger. Pretty cool. Oh, Charlie, I hear bees. Look at that, Charlie. Woohoo! Make sure our queen's not on our lid, Charlie. And I don't see, I'm gonna just set the lid right in here. Holy cow. Where do I start, Charlie? Where do I start? That's a lot of bees in there, Papa. You think there's going to be some comb on the bottom of this frame, Charlie?
I have no idea until we look at it. It's a big surprise.
Yeah, because they didn't even build on the frame, Charlie, so it's all underneath the frame. Oh, good, Charlie. They're not very much on it. That's good. I'm gonna just.
That's good. You can check the.
Yeah, I'm gonna just set this frame inside of here. Just to let the bees stay here.
Perfect.
This frame is not going to stay there, or is that piece of comb. I just want to get that out of here because I think that we're going to find comb on the bottom of these frames as we go along. They are relatively calm, Charlie. I'm surprised. This one is heavy.
They're building on that frame.
Yeah, they're building on the bottom of it.
A little bit.
A little. But you see, look at the nectar dripping off of it, Charlie?
Yes.
And then they've drawn out the comb.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's wacky comb though. You see all that? That's wacky comb. I can't stand that. But I have to scrape this bottom off because it's not going to fit in the box.
Right.
Now, you notice, Charlie, look how yellow this comb is as
Yes.
opposed to that comb. So that must have been something they were drawing in. Look at all that nectar coming out
Full
of
of
that.
nectar.
All right. Our queen, I'm not going to leave her look all on this frame. All right. You know, and I said this in that last video, the reason the bees draw that wacky comb oh my goodness, I gotta lay that down because our queen could very well be on that.
We need to frame that up.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
brood.
Yeah. It's all brood. So we're gonna frame that up right now. That is a good section. What I was saying about that wacky comb, they build this type of comb like this and off the face when that foundation is not waxed. If that foundation is waxed, they will draw the comb right onto on the foundation. But when it's not coated really well, then they build this kind of stuff right here, which is junk. That's just junk. So we got our frame is already got our rubber bands on it. So we're just going to cut this little piece off. And let's see, we got to make sure our orientation is right. So it's going to, this is the bottom of the frame, so we have to put it on the bottom down here. Set it in our frame like that. And get our rubber band on it. Make sure our queen isn't on the table. Look at that. Now that is a great frame right there, a brood.
Yep, put that.
All right, so I do not like this comb at all. So I am pushing all this comb, and since we don't have any, let's get all those off of there. Since we don't have any brood, on this piece of comb, other than a whole bunch of leaky nectar, I'm just going to put all this stuff in the back. And we're going to get, and I look for the queen, she's not on here. We're going to just let the bees clean all this stuff out. I'm going to separate it from the other stuff. In fact, I'll take this other frame right here and move it as well, because I do not like this comb. So I'm pushing that all the way to the back, and I'll keep putting more of the brood comb up to the front, and then once I get this filled up, I'm going to fill it up with drawn comb, and we'll leave it at that. So that's where we stand right now. We still have 2 more frames to go in the box, and I'm sure our queen is still in there. I think I'm going to eat that, Charlie, because there's some nectar in there. Alright, I think we got things kind of straightened out a little bit. This was a piece of comb. It's just so soft. Look at all the brood in that comb. Oh my goodness. And it's so soft, it just ripped. Alright, let's see what this frame is going to look like.
Ooh, that's full of nectar.
Yep. Golly. So I got to cut all this stuff on the bottom. Because it will not fit in that long
Oh no,
rod.
it won't fit.
And these bees, they're moving out the way. I'm not hurting them. And again, this piece of, all this comb, let me check for our queen on this. This frame as well is going to go into the rear of the colony. It's just a mess, Charlie. It's just a mess. Our queen, I'm guessing our queen is still in the bottom with all that brood down there. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of comb down there. All right, here we go. Let's see if it's going to lift up. Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's all drone comb right there. So we don't even have to worry about trying to frame that stuff up. We can just cut that off. And then all of these bees.
That's some nice drawn comb there.
Yeah, but it's wacky on this side. We're just going to shake these bees. Well, we're going to put it in here for right now. Right next to that frame that it was next to before. Now, Charlie, look at the mess we got in here.
Yep. I knew it was going to be a cutout. That's what happens when you leave a swarm trap out too long. Beautiful.
go.
There's some pretty brood.
Uh-huh. And this will go right next to the other piece of brood that we cut out. Let me grab the next piece. Now this piece is almost all drone, Charlie. But, man, we're going to go ahead and put it in the hive regardless. Because once it hatches, they can backfill that.
Well, like we said, this was going to be an interesting video. Ideally, when a swarm moves into a trap, 1 week is all you really want to leave that trap out. You don't want to leave that trap out too long.
No. And I'm going to move this one, Charlie, all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Where it was before. All right. Let's get our next piece. Look at all that
Look
brood.
at that. That is
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
Beautiful. You see a queen on that side? I can't see.
Nope. No queen.
I don't see her on this side either. Look at that. Almost a perfect fit in that frame, huh?
Well, they measured it. They knew what they were doing.
Not like us.
Right. We fly by the seat of our pants. I don't think that one rubber band's going to stay on there. It's barely on the edge.
I see that. Yep, I'll get it.
It's cocked and loaded, ready to pop anytime. I told you. There you go. Beautiful.
Yep. And we got one more piece in there, Charlie. They've attached it to the side of that wall as well. I don't see you, Charlie.
Nope.
Again, they put all that drone comb right on the outside edges of both of those walls. All drone. I ought to throw that stuff away, but I'm gonna keep it in there for right now. All right, so we got 5 framed up ones. Let's see where our queen is. I think we can find her in there, Charlie.
Huh.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. That's right.
Well, Charlie, I'm not going to spend our morning looking for her.
Go.
Now, all these bees that are in the box, we definitely want them in our hive, so I'm going to just put it right here and slide it forward, and hopefully I can push these bees out of here. We can look for our queen, and maybe we can even see her. At this point, I looked in here, I did not see our queen, so we're gonna just dump the rest of these into the box. All right. Now we're gonna put some drawn comb in there. Just gonna add some old drawn comb now. I'm going to put 5 frames in there. Now we're going to push everything together. And Charlie, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap, huh?
Yeah, we're closing this up. Now we're going to move on to our next job.
Go ahead.
Now hopefully this setup isn't going to be as difficult as that, because hopefully we don't have comb on the bottom. And we look inside of here and no comb. So this will be a simple transfer. Now Charlie, let's hope that we don't have a window to look in this to see if we have comb in it. So we'll just have to find out. Hopefully it'll be as easy as that last one.
There she is.
Yeah, good eye, Charlie. Another easy one, Charlie.
I like it that way.
Well, Charlie, let's see if we can keep that easy streak alive. Not quite as many as yours, Charlie. That is stuck. I don't like the line out like that, Charlie.
I don't either. That's not looking good.
Well, she's got brood in here. So we
Queen's on this side.
Oh, you see her?
I thought I did. No. She's there.
Oh yeah, she's definitely here. She's laying in there. These bees have not been there for that long. Alright, here's our last one, Charlie. Hopefully this one will be better than that last one that we did. Oh.
Uh-oh. I got a feeling that one is
Full?
full. Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's real nice and full, Charlie. There's a lot of bees in this one, Charlie.
I know. That was a good one. Beautiful.
They're starting to draw some comb on that bottom.
Uh-oh. And we've got brood.
You got brood on it?
Oh, yes.
We're going to have to cut that off. Yeah, I see it on this side too. You see it clean on that side?
I'm looking. And that's fresh brood.
No queen?
No queen.
table.
Should have a frame to put that in.
That's all right. We can just cut it right here. Set it right on the table. And I'm going to put the other piece in the box. See it going over there?
It's not on this side.
See it over here. Let's do the same thing. Go cut this on the table. That's pretty bad, Charlie. We only saw one queen. All right, let's go take care of that stuff over there. There she is, just walking around on that little piece of comb right there.
Yep. Got our queen.
Little darky.
I want to go put her in that box right now so we don't drop her.
See? She's on the frame right there. Oh, get in there. I pushed her in. There she is right there on the top. Right
Yep.
there.
Going in. Working like a surgeon.
I think we've done this a few times, Charlie.
A couple.
All right, Charlie, that's it.
That's a wrap.
All right, so we got this part of the job done, and we still have the other part to go set the traps. So we're headed up to the beehive house and take care of that. Charlie, you ready?
I'm ready to go.
Me too. These guys are
Because
buzzing.
I'm ready to go eat.
Let's go, Charlie. So we're sitting underneath the beehive house right now, and we're getting ready to set these 3 traps, the ones that we just emptied. And basically, I just want to talk about what I use to bait our traps. And the first thing I always like using is old equipment. Old equipment because it has the beehives, the bee smell in it. So it's old equipment is always a great thing. The next thing is, man, the old brood comb. This is like gold right here when it comes to swarms and catching swarms. And it doesn't matter what the configuration of the trap is. I got a 10 frame, I got a 6 frame, I got a 5 frame, and this one is a 10 frame Langstroth. These are they're deep, and you saw us pull all the comb out of it. For some reason, bees love this configuration of a box. I prefer that 5 frame to the 6 because it's just lighter, but it's all going to be preference for your preference. And what I do like about this one though is the French cleats on it, where you can hang, you put the cleat on whatever the structure and just hang your box. Or like Charlie's, you can hang it from a tree like this. There's just all kinds of different ways of doing this. But the idea of baiting these things is always the same. Old brood comb, it's just the best, old brood comb. And then on top of that, you want to put a smell, like a false pheromone in the air. And I use all kind of different things. My oldest and favorite, lemongrass oil, just plain old lemongrass oil. That is a great one. And then they have the new guys in town, but the Swarm Commander, this guy's been around for a long time, and it works great. And then Swarm Rustler, Bob Walker's product, that it works as well. They all smell like lemongrass, but I can tell you, the lemongrass oil, it's a lot cheaper than these two right here, and it works. It really does work. So those are the basic things that we bait our trap with. So we're going to go ahead and put these traps up. And before I do that, I will say this: we use a Q-tip in getting the scent, and so I love this tool right here because you can put your scent, your pheromone on your Q-tip. You grab that end of it like this, and you just slide it inside of the trap. It's really great. This tool, you get them from like Napa or auto store places. I don't know what it's called, but you can see the little grabber on the end. When you push the plunger at this end, it opens up the little grabber, and
It's called mechanical fingers.
thank you, Charlie. Charlie is so smart. So I love using this tool right here because to rebait your traps, you don't have to open up the box or anything. You just put the Q-tip on, whoop, slide it in, pull it out, let it go, and so it like this. You just slide it in the hole, and there you go. Simple as that. Simple as that. So we're going to go ahead and set these traps up right now, and at the end of it, I'm going to tell you the final secret of setting your swarm trap, because this is the one that always clinches it for you. So stay tuned for that. Now, this has got nothing to do with setting swarm traps. This is all about catching that swarm that's up in the tree. And we all have, seen buckets on poles and stuff, but this bucket, and I don't know the reason why, it's a little metal mesh basket. You hear that? And for some reason, when you use this to catch that swarm that's hanging in a bush or tree, and you shove that bucket underneath the swarm and make them fall into it, instead of running out of the basket, they just stay in it. In fact, you can just hold the basket over the swarm, and the swarm that's in the tree, they'll come down into the basket. This is a must when you go collect swarms. And being that it's not plastic, it's super light, super lightweight. And when you're on an extension pole like this, when it's extended out that far, that is very manageable right there. All right, let's go ahead and set these traps, and we'll close this video up. Hey, did you get your hair cut, or you just got it combed, or what?
Oh, I just got it done. You know, it's. I mean, look at this mess right here.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Charlie.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong
it
with
looks
that.
like a scrub brush.
So there it is. Our traps set, baited, and I got to tell you right now, I'm at 9 swarms for the year, and the Dirt Rooster, he called me last night. He's up to 7. So
Ooh.
he's getting a lot of calls on it. So I got a little bit of lead on it, but that's going to evaporate pretty quick. And but with the help of these traps, we'll try to get
I think we'll beat him. Plus, I've got 2 more traps to put out.
So we'll do pretty good, I suppose. So also, I know you see I'm holding my list. You know what that is, right, Charlie?
Oh yeah.
What is
a
it?
Shout out
That's right.
for the big raffle.
No, Charlie, don't go there. Don't go there. The shout out is for folks that have decided to want to become members on my channel, Charlie. So as a member, Charlie, you know you get perks.
I had no. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. You know, we're giving a car away.
No,
and we
not,
got, oh,
no,
not?
Charlie,
Oh,
no.
well.
The perks aren't that good. So the perks of being a member, first you get your name shouted out. After you join, you become a member. I shout out your name on one of the videos. The second one is that you get to watch the videos that I post every week earlier than everybody else, a few days. Usually I post them on Monday for the members, and then Friday everybody else can watch them. And then the third thing is I make members only videos. So if you're a member, you get to see videos that I make specifically for members. There's not a lot of great perks, and to become a member, it's a charge of $4.99 a month, and you can be a member as long as you want or as short as you want. Or you don't even have to be a member at all. Just watch my videos. That's the
What a bargain.
yeah, that's the really good bargain right there. So let me shout out the names of the new members. First one is Dwayne Alverson, Mitch Dax. Third, Admin Westridge, and I just got this one today, Jethro Bodine.
Oh,
Jethro Bodine. So thank y'all for becoming members on the channel, and I appreciate all the members do, and as much as I appreciate all the subscribers for the channel do as well. Now, I did say that I will tell the secret.
oh yeah, that's right.
The final secret. And this, to me, is the clincher of why we always do so good catching our swamps, Charlie. So you ready for it?
It's our looks.
It's your looks. No, the secret is after we set our traps, we say a prayer over. So we'll do the blessing on our traps. Heavenly Father, bless these traps that we have set. May you fill them with bees, and may we also beat the Dirt Rooster.
Oh yes. That's something to think about.
So that's all I got, Charlie.
Well, that's all I have. I hope. I know it was total chaos this morning with everything we were doing.
But it was fun.
But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, we had bees everywhere. I thought that was.
It was
good.
good. It was real good.
Well, that's all I have.
Okay, let's do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Keep on watching.
We'll be making more.
God bless, Mr. Ed.
And good time, Charlie.
We are out of here till when, Charlie?
The next video.
God bless everybody. Thank y'all.